Hi, Sari here from Destiny Palmistry, author of Destiny Palmistry. You can see that from my website, destinypalmistry.com. I hope you've been enjoying my previous lessons. We've covered quite a bit on the hand shape, the thumb, the fingers, and the elements in the hand. We've started on the lifeline. We've done 4 or 5 lessons in the lifeline, so I hope you've looked at all that. Today we are talking about the fate line. The fate line is the line that normally runs along the middle. Where the line, here's the lifeline. That's not my lifeline. The fate line normally runs along the middle of the palm, but it doesn't always start in the same position. So I'll explain to you 4 different types of fate line first. First of all, if the fate line begins from the lifeline, which it can do, and rises towards the middle finger, fate line always ends up somewhere near the middle finger. So I hope you're taking notes, got your pen and paper ready. If it rises from the lifeline, that shows that the Kriya is most likely strongly family influenced, education influenced. So you more than likely are a person who will go to university or be influenced by your parents as to what you should do. If it happens to come from inside the lifeline, so go beyond it, that is similar but even stronger influence. So you would be obligated to follow the career that your parents did. For example, if your parents were a doctor, they expect you to become a doctor as well, even if you may not want to, but you choose a career based on obligation. Now, the fate line that's normally seen, that's drawn in palmistry, starts from the wrist. Right from the bottom of the wrist and runs all the way up. That's actually quite rare to see. But if the fate line does rise all the way from the wrist, that shows early responsibility. It shows an independent person, and it shows someone who has a decided path, not necessarily career. I have seen people with a very solid fate line that rises all the way up. It shows that they are steady, they are independent, they make up their own mind, they have boundaries, yet whatever they choose is what they tend to stick to. Now, I have seen that kind of fate line on a person who doesn't work. For the past 30 years, he hasn't worked. In fact, he chooses to purposely get his only source of income through government payments. And yet he has such a strong fate line. So it just proves that he's determined to continue that path. So the fate line is not always a career line. So those are the 3. The 4th one, which is always the most interesting because it starts from the Mount of Moon. This area here is the Mount of Moon. And if anywhere in that region a line rises towards the middle of the finger, that is a fate line that describes someone who will be in the public eye. Their success will depend on people. So if people like that person, they will most likely succeed in their career. That's the kind of fate line you often see on movie stars, actors, singers, or anyone who is dealing with a lot of public. So that's the starting points of the fate line, and we will go ahead and talk about 3 more starting positions, but I'm going to clean my hand off. Here we have 3 more starting positions for the fate line. And the first one where the fate line starts at the center of the palm. These actually all relate to different times, like different ages of when the career gets a boost or when the success starts. So starting at the center of the palm, it shows career goals were not set until after the age of 25. So because it hasn't started from anywhere near the lifeline or near the wrist, the person was most likely undecided in what to do for their career until around that age. Now, number 2, it starts at the headline. And that particular time period is around the age of 35. And it usually means that the person chose their career through their intellectual ideas. So it was more than likely a study that they decided to take up, or a realization of a goal. And number 3, starting at the heart line, is showing a career much later in life, around after the age of 50. So it shows a person may have decided on their life purpose and they found something that they really enjoy doing. They feel it's what they are meant to do. Their heart feels that they have found their niche and they feel it on an emotional level. They love their work. So that's actually a good sign to have. And the last one I'm going to talk about today is double fate lines. Often you can see more than one line going into the direction of the middle finger. So the second line is almost always our support line. Business owners tend to have this because they are multitasking and they do more than one thing in their business. And double line can also refer to 2 careers or someone who has a job and yet they are studying at the same time. If so happens that there's a line running very close to the fate line, parallel to it, it can actually represent your partner in life. It could be a business partner, it could be a very supportive friend, it could be a husband or a live-in partner who supports your career choices and helps you gain your motivation and your success. So that's a very nice sign to have alongside your fate line or career line. And next time we are going to talk about branches and breaks and wavy lines. I've got quite a bit to cover for the fate line, and I hope you have got and enjoyed all of that today.